Okay, so for this construction, we are going to make parallel lines. Parallel lines, as I'm sure you know, are two lines that go on in the same direction, and they never intersect because they're going the same direction. With parallel lines, something that comes up in one of the up and coming chapters, we are introduced to what's called a transversal. And a transversal is a line that intersects both of those parallel lines. It's called a transversal. And a transversal is used to help prove lines are parallel. So when you have a transversal, this angle and this angle are the same measure. Like this angle is the same as this. They're called corresponding angles, and if these angles are the same measure, you can prove that these lines are parallel. So essentially that's how we're making the construction. We're going to make two congruent angles, and then we can prove our lines parallel. So step one, we're going to use the straight edge. And we are going to make a line parallel to M that goes through point X. So we are going to draw the transversal at this point. So we have to draw a line that goes through point X and point M like this. And make it pretty far above X too. You're going to need it. And we'll label this point A. Could be. Okay, so yeah, just one. Yeah. That's familiar, but I don't know. Okay. Okay, so we drew a line through X and through this line and label this point A. Then, next step, we're going to put the compass on point A and make an arc that goes through these two lines. And then using that same measurement, we're going to go up to X and make an arc from X. So from A, making an arc that goes through both those lines. Oh, my paper got stuck. Hold on. And then I'm going to go to X using the same measurement. I'm going to make that same arc and just really exaggerate the arc so you have plenty of space. So I went to A, made an arc, and then using the same measurement, I went to X and made the same arc and just really brought it as far down as I can. So these points, I'm going to label this B, this is Q, and this is point T. Okay, I'm going to flip it upside down now. I'm going to flip the paper upside down. And then I'm going to measure the angle QB. And so I'm going to get this compass the exact measurement of QB and make a mark on B, and then I'll put it on point T and make that same mark. So I'm going to go to Q, measure QB, get that mark, and then I'm going to go to point T, make that same mark. So again, I measured QB, made a mark, and then went to T, made the same mark, and I'm going to call this point R. So I have this angle, and now this angle is the same measure, and I just connect X to R, and I draw my line. If yours doesn't come, here, I'm going to flip my paper so it's opposite. If yours doesn't come out perfect, mine didn't quite either. It's close, but it's not perfect. There's some human error there. It took me years to even get this good at it. I remember the first time I kept second guessing myself, thinking I did something wrong, but it's just, yeah. Try your best. Okay. Next one, number 1. I realized there was a lot of steps, so I'm going to just walk through it from the top again. So number 1, we're doing the same thing, drawing a line through this point and through that line. point A, I'm going to draw an arc and then put this up to X and make the same arc. So A, so made an arc from A, went to X, made the same arc. This B, Q, and T. Then from here, I'm going to flip it upside down and measure the distance between Q and B. Make a mark on B, and then put it on T and make the same mark. This will be point R. XR is parallel to line AB. It took me a while, and so honestly, I kind of cheated a little bit. See, mine wasn't gonna be straight, and I just traced. Was that? What do you mean? Oh, just like freehand it? Because we're supposed to be learning the steps. Just go with it. Just go. Okay, next, draw a line through this point. A. So from A and X, B and Q, B, right over there. Okay, and then I'm gonna measure the distance between Q and B. Put it on T.